What a game last night. The Cardinals and Panthers in the Hall of Fame game. We were live streaming the entire time, having an absolute blast watching Carson Beck wheeling and dealing against the Carolina Panthers. Welcome to Cardinals Today, presented by Prize Picks. Remember, use code HMA at sign up and get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup. Today's show, we're talking about the biggest Cardinals winners and losers from that Hall of Fame game, okay? So let's dive right into that list. Make sure you subscribe if you love Arizona Cardinals football. The number one winner was Carson Beck. I mean, it looked phenomenal. It was a fantastic half of football. And he did literally everything you look for a quarterback to do. We start with the numbers. 15 of 19, 188 passing yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, a quarterback rating of 125.4. And he had a couple rushes. One of them, which showed his smart decision-making, came on a third down, nowhere to go. He got the first down with his legs. And so I loved everything I saw from Carson Beck in that Hall of Fame game. I mean, seriously, every facet of the game, everything you would want a quarterback to do out on the field, he did. And he did it well. He was poised, confident, cool, calm, and collected in the pocket. There was no nervous feet. He set his feet. He stood there. He delivered passes on time and on target, which brings me to the accuracy, right? He was putting passes on the money and showed a big arsenal, array of what he can do, his repertoire. It's not just checkdowns. Had a 49-yard bomb. Had a 35-yard bomb. Fade routes in the end zone where it's right on the money. I mean, all three levels of the field, he was accurate, he was on time, and then something that people knock Carson Beck for in college, his decision-making. All last night, he made the right decisions. Smart decision-making, the right throws, good throws, and he looked like he belonged out there. He was poised the whole time. Seriously, I was wowed with Carson Beck's performance. And after the game, Carson Beck said, look, I was ready to roll. Since last night when I was laying in bed, I could barely sleep just thinking about having the opportunity to play football again. Never taking it for granted. And I love his mentality too. His motivation and work ethic are awesome. He doesn't take it for granted. He's a guy that's been through surgeries, had some struggles at different points in college football, and then made the national title game last year. He's passionate about this, saying he couldn't wait to play football. He's taking his training camp reps, and even though some of them have been up and down, he's looks like he's going try-hard mode every time, okay? He's a motivated player. He's a passionate player. That's what you want. And so I know there's people watching right now, and there's people saying, Joey, it's just preseason. It's backup defenders. Look, I get all that. I'm not crowning him anything at this moment. But I don't want that to undermine what we saw. Okay? You have to give Beck his flowers because it's NFL action. First time ever seeing it. And he did everything a quarterback could possibly be asked to do. It was impressive. You have to give him that. That's why he's the biggest winner of the night. And it may even lead to him earning a starting role at some point this season. Probably earlier than we thought originally now, if this preseason continues. And so am I crazy for asking you this question right now? Who should start in week 1 at quarterback for the Cardinals? Type the initials of the guy you're picking in the comment section. If you think Carson Beck should start, type CB. If you think Jacoby Brissett should be the starter still, I'll type JB. Let me know who you want to see start in week 1 by typing initials in the comment section. The only thing I will say is how much better is Brissett than Beck? Like, is he really that much better? A little bit, a lot of, I mean, unless there's a huge difference and Brissett's going to win substantially more games than Beck would, which Brissett won 1 game last year, then why not? Why not see the young guy? That's all I'm going to throw out there. Next, though, we got the rest of my winners and then the losers from that game. So stay tuned if you're a diehard Cardinals fan. Before we do that, want to let you know today's show is made possible by our friends at SeatGeek. When it's time to get out of the house, there's not many better options right now than a sporting event. Use code CHAT10 to get 10% off your next set of tickets. MLB's in full swing. NFL schedule's out. Maybe you want to go with someone to a Drake concert, Taylor Swift. And with SeatGeek being MLB's official ticket marketplace, your tickets are fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. But also looking at those Cardinals 9 home games this season. When Carson Beck gets that first start, that's going to be electric. I want to watch that in person. I want to be there. Same with Jeremiah Love's rookie season. He's a weapon. It'd be a lot of fun to go to a Cardinals home game this year with the new offensive pieces, and SeatGeek has your back if you want to do that. Each ticket's rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. And, of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use code CHAT10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code CHAT10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek. Another winner from the night is wide receiver Jalen Brooks. Beck and Brooks were linking up all night long, okay? I said Beck was dealing. He had to have someone to deal to. It was Jalen Brooks, who really stood out in the Hall of Fame game with 99 receiving yards and a 49-yard bomb off a double move. The 6'2", 205-pound receiver out of South Carolina, showing he could get some reps in this Cardinals wide receiver room in the upcoming season. He loved going to that double move, by the way. I mean, little stutter go, double move, whatever you want to call it, that got him open, and 99 receiving yards on the day was pretty impressive. And like I said, there's room to get playing time in the receiver room, right? Like, the thing with the Cardinals receivers after the top three is Duvernay, Weaver, Smith-Marset. Those guys are return men, primarily, are their strengths. So rookie wide receiver Reggie, Virgil probably makes the team. Brooks has a chance here to make a little bit of an impact. At least he certainly did in the Hall of Fame game. One of my favorite players to watch last night outside of Beck was Big Andrew Billings. And I'm not just calling him Big Andrew Billings. Did you guys watch him wreak havoc on Carolina's offensive line last night? I mean, here's a photo. The arrow's pointed at Andrew Billings, and he just absolutely bulldozes the center into the ground, and Billings stays on his feet after this and gets into the backfield. And then he had a sack on Kenny Pickett. Dude, look how massive he is, Big Andrew Billings, swinging Pickett to the ground. When he is healthy, he can be an impact player, and I'm glad he's in Arizona. One of the sneaky, really good signings this offseason is Andrew Billings to the Cardinals. 340-pound man who had 4 tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for loss last night. He impressed me, and that Cardinals defensive line needed the depth. They might have found some. With rookie Caleb Proctor being out for the year already, Andrew Billings will be the much-needed rotational depth piece, or he might even start over Roy Lopez if this continues. Really good D-tack free agency signings in Arizona. I'm excited that Andrew Billings put on a little bit of a show. They couldn't guard him. And guess what? Punters are people too. We give love to the special teams on this show, especially when they're good and they earn it. Blake Gillikin, the punter, Tyler Drake says it like this. Blake Gillikin looks like he's ready for the regular season. His first punt goes 55 yards and lands at the 3-yard line. I mean, it was perfect. It was accurate. It was deep. Blake Gillikin showed he's ready for the season, all right? And hopefully we don't need him too much. If Carson Beck starts, we won't need him. But if Brissett's starting and we got a punt, well, at least Blake Gillikin is going to help out the defense and start pinning guys deep, right? That was a positive sign to see. Special teams, coaches, listen to any head coach speak. They'll tell you got to win at all 3 phases. That third phase is special teams, and it was on fire for Arizona last night. I could have put Chad Ryland on the list too because he was 3 of 3. Perfect accuracy, 100% field goal percentage, made a 43-yarder. He doesn't make the list because one of them was a little tight. It's a little close. But all that matters is it went in. And you guys know kickers can win or lose games in this league. I mean, it's an underrated part of success. And so having a reliable kicker is super important. Chad Ryland was that last night. That's a dub. Finally, I think Cardinals fans might be most excited about this one, next to Beck, is the offensive line. Because we know the offensive line was not good last year. We know it killed the offense when there's no time to do anything. Well, the unit looked good last night. Chase Besantis got some reps, first half action and he looked pretty decent last night. He gave up a sack at one point, but he had some really good reps in pass pro and run blocking where he went the right way and got his hands on guys and created lanes. And I really like the rookie. The Cardinals obviously liked him too, used him a very high second-round pick on him this year. And it'd be nice to see him get out there and actually protect for the quarterback this year. The bottom line, though, Carson Beck had time to make the plays. The offensive line held up. The protection held up. And what's important for Mike LaFleur is he knows now the type of depth that he has on the offensive line. Fryer is out there, and he looks pretty decent. Like, this is a good omen for Arizona to have one of the most important units of football look decent in the first type of action of the year, the preseason Hall of Fame game. So that's all fine and dandy. I hope Chase Pasantis can bring this to the regular season. I thought he was pretty darn good, and those are my winners for the Hall of Fame game. I want to know your winner now, folks. This brings us to the Prize Picks question of the day. Who was the biggest winner from the Hall of Fame game? Comment a name down below to let me know who you thought the biggest winner was. And while you are answering the Prize Picks question of the day, let me show you a Prize Picks lineup I've got that's brand new. And I think Cardinals fans are going to like this one. I'm getting Carson Beck involved in it now. I am picking more than 3.5 regular season games started for Carson Beck. I think he's earned it. You can't tell me, even if he's not going to start, you can't tell me weeks 13 to 17, the Cardinals aren't going to roll Beck out there if they're not in it. He will get playing time. Also love the pick of Michael Wilson receiving yards. I think he'll be a 700-plus yard receiver again. I also going to pick the more on Trey McBride receiving yards. This is a goblin play, more than 750. And I think Justin Jefferson will be a 1,000-yard receiver easily, more on his receiving yards, folks. And Prize Picks just switched up their offer. Play your first $5. Get $150 in lineups if you win. Just use code HMA when you sign up. All right, Prize Picks. That's code HMA at sign up to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 lineup. My answer to the question, by the way, biggest winner was Carson Beck. I mean, it was a fantastic performance, and he could really earn himself some time this year now. I loved it. He's winner number one. But with winners, always come losers. And the biggest loser of the night for Arizona for me was Elijah Culp. Undrafted corner was getting picked on all night long. He was bad. He was giving way too much space for receivers. Had no interceptions, obviously. That's okay. But the point is, he was getting picked on the entire night, and the Cardinals gave up 33 points to the Panthers' backups. That's a problem. And kind of leads me to the point number two. The Cardinals' defense as a whole really, part of this loser unit only because they concede 33 to Kenny Pickett and Haynes King. The run defense up the middle didn't look good. One of Carolina's running backs, Tyus, was feasting, and Haynes King's mobility couldn't be stopped. He walked it off at the end. They lost the game. The defense didn't look fantastic, and the reason that could be a problem is Arizona's lacking depth here. Right? Like this, they need to stay healthy because there's not a lot behind them. And that's, guys like Garrett Williams, right? We need them healthy. We can't afford injuries in the secondary because what are you going to do? Put Elijah Culp out there? You can't. He was not good. So I do worry about the depth here. Arizona's defense, who was giving up 40 a lot last year, is already off to a 33-point start. Like, that's not great. Finally, I'd say the return game could be listed on this one. They didn't go to their starters, though. So, they let Trey Wallace and Xavier Weaver return some kicks. Weaver almost muffed one in the end zone. Wallace, he was okay. Kind of ran the wrong way at one point. Maybe picked the wrong lane. So that mix was, not the greatest, but it's not going to be an issue because guess what? The Cardinals have former first-team All-Pro returner, Devin Duvernay. They have Amir Smith-Marset, who's second on the depth chart now, unofficially as a returner. And those two guys are really talented. Like, I don't foresee that being an issue. But in the game specifically, I'd probably point to that. So let me know in the comment section who your biggest loser was from the Hall of Fame game. Comment a player in that comment section. My ball knowers that watch the game, get a name down below. I appreciate you all so much for tuning into this show. I've been your host, Joey O'Donohue. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for free if you want to stay up to date with all things Arizona Cardinals. I've got you guys covered, and I'll see you next time.